Okay. All right. Hi, everybody. So today we are going to talk about the chakras. It's going to be the first time we talk about the chakras, I think. Yeah, first time. We did naughty breathing, which is chakra related. But today we're going to do a visualization with the chakras. Next week, pretty sure we're going to do the chanting, and then we'll bring it all together with awareness at the end of the month. So, the chakras, as I shared last week, but I'll go ahead and share it again. The chakras were something that when I started yoga, I didn't really believe in very much. I really thought it was kind of like woo-woo, imaginary stuff, like a system that somebody thought of that just wasn't really real. It's made me a little more open-minded to those things and not just calling everything kind of fake. And then my teacher showed me these sounds that showed me that they did exist because I could feel them in my body. And since then, I've been kind of obsessed with them off and on for a long time. So I like to use them for, like if I'm having an issue in my life and I need to work on it, I go to the chakras. I have a book that I like to use. I can actually link to it in the comments later. But I have a book that I like to use that gives you practical information on each chakra and helps you do those practical things to open them back up, or maybe they're overactive or whatever the case is. So it's really nice to know to do the practical things because you don't have to do yoga poses to open a chakra. You don't have to make a certain sound, and you don't need to, you probably don't even really need to do anything but open it. But because we don't know, we're learning how to be in touch with that part of our body. It takes time for us to learn how to open it without doing a whole lot. So there are little tips and tricks on how to do that. So this meditation will just be a visualization that I've used in my classes before that helps you just get in touch with where they are in your body and helps you get to know them a little bit because they take some time to get to know. They can be they're really simple, but they can be a little bit complicated at the same time. So the more you learn about them, the more simple you realize that they are. For this meditation, I would recommend either sitting up straight or laying flat down on your back on a flat surface. So maybe not so much like a lazy boy chair, but more like just laying flat on your back so that your spine is lined up. We want the spine to be as straight as you can get it. So of course I'm going to be sitting here. And we're going to combine with because it's Friday, and Friday I like to kind of combine some other meditation things, not just one thing, is we're kind of combining some breath work like we did last week, some visualization, and just sitting up and really staying aware and focused as much as you can. If you lay flat on your back, it might be nice to put your legs up. So that's something that you can do. So we're going to start just sitting up in or laying flat back. Close your eyes. start to notice your breath. Very good. So now you'll notice you inhale and you exhale. So now think about there being a white light inside the body that travels along the spine. As you inhale, that little white ball of light will travel all the way down to the base of your spine, so right down at the bottom. And as you exhale, that light will go all the way up through the crown of your head. So just move that ball up and down the spine just a few times, inhaling it all the way down to the base of the spine. Exhaling it all the way through the crown of the head. It's just moving nice and slow with your breath. I'm going to just imagine this ball stops along certain points of the spine while we give that part of your spine a little bit of extra attention. But for now, just let it move up and down the spine, warming up the spine. Just let that ball of light stop at the very base of the spine. You just keep breathing, but you just know that that ball, that white ball, is sitting there. Sitting at the space of your root chakra. Now imagine the ball has turned red. And then it expands on the inhale and softens and gets a little bit smaller, contracts on the exhale. And we're just stimulating that chakra with the mind, with our imagination, with our focus and energy. Expanding that red ball on the inhale and softening it, and letting it contract a little on the exhale. And let's just focus on being grateful for the things that the root chakra encompasses. opposite. So we're just going to be grateful at each point of our chakra system that we have shelter, that we have food, that our basic needs are being met right. And just let that little red ball move up just about 4 or 5 inches to below the navel, still on the spine. And as it moves up, it turns into a beautiful color orange. And this orange color expands on the inhale, retracts a little on the exhale. Imagining that orange color healing into that lower part of your intestines, your sex organs. Because we're grateful for our sexuality, our creativity. And allow that ball, that orange ball, slowly move up to right below the rib cage, where the ball turns yellow. A bright yellow like the sun. And there we are at the solar plexus chakra. Grateful here for feeling sure of ourselves, even if it's just sometimes. Our openness to learn who we are in the world. That yellow light is expanding on the inhale and retracting on the exhale. And the light moves up, turning from yellow to green at the heart, right at the center of the chest. Expanding on the inhale, retracting on the exhale. So here we're moving into the higher self, beyond what's going on the planet. And we're just sort of hitting this higher part of us, the spiritual part of us. The understanding and knowing beyond ourselves. Expanding that green color on the inhale. Softening it on the exhale. Being grateful that we have people that we love. Maybe we have animals that we love. And how good it feels to love others. And how it feels to be loved. And that ball of light is going to slowly move up to the throat, turning a beautiful jeweled colored blue. Expanding on the inhale, softening on the exhale. And here we're just grateful to have a voice. Not just our physical voice, but our ability to express ourselves. In a way that is only helping others. Or is just constructive. We're not wasting our time using our voice for ways that we just don't serve us or other people. Expanding the blue on the inhale, retracting on the exhale. Bring in that Ujjayi breath. And then bringing that breath, that ball up to the third eye, so between the eyes. And this ball turns into a beautiful purple color, dark purple. Allow that purple ball to expand on the inhale, retract on the exhale. Being grateful for our intuition. Aha moments. That knowing that we always knew, but are rediscovering over again. Connecting with our reason to be here on this planet. Purple ball expands on the inhale, retracts on the exhale. And that ball moves straight up to the crown of the head, maybe even just above the crown of the head. And the ball turns that beautiful, magnificent white that it was in the very beginning. And imagine that ball expanding on the inhale, retracting on the exhale. And it turns less into a ball and it starts to point directly up toward the sky. And imagining all the chakras moving together at once. The third eye, purple. The throat, blue. The heart, green. The solar plexus, yellow. The sacral chakra, orange. And the root chakra, red. Just imagine that, a rainbow of colors. Each ball expanding on the inhale and retracting on the exhale. Imagine that white ball that's at the crown of the head. It's moving up and down the spine once again. On the inhale, going up. On the exhale, going back down. Soften the shoulders. Gently moving to open the eyes. Now for me, that's a really fun one because I do like to think about the lights on my chakras. And the light is something that is speaking to the frequency of your chakras. So when you're thinking about your root chakra, it's a low frequency, it's very, very low. Somebody who's living in their root chakra is somebody that does not have security in their life at all. So it's very difficult to move on from your root chakra into these higher planes of being when your basic needs aren't being met. It doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It means you need to get your basic needs met. And with each chakra, there's an evolution that takes place within us as we get in touch with each one. So it's always good to start with the root and then work your way up, especially even if you think, oh, I'm having an issue with my heart chakra. Start with the base and work your way up and make sure that these needs are being met so that when you work on this chakra, you're not ignoring the important parts that are happening underneath. So I hope you enjoyed that. I will have the thumbnails up for next week. We'll be doing different chants that I know. These are chants that I've used over many years. Some I learned in my teacher training. One of them was my teacher training chant. Others I learned over time, adopted, used at different points in my life for different reasons. So I'll give you those stories then. And I'll give you some tips on how to learn chants and incorporate them into your life. So you can use the chants that we do. You can find new chants. There's chants for like everything under the sun practically. So see you Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. Namaste.